Hello everybody. Let me turn down the audio real fast. Hope y'all are doing good. Let me know if you can hear me okay, if my mic's coming in alright, if the audio's good. But yeah, welcome. This was the well of a cod. The tamale description is my favorite description in the whole game. I'm glad somebody remembered that. The girl symbolic, how you doing? Wario, Nickaroony, how you doing? Everybody, how y'all doing? Sounds great. Today's gonna be kind of a shorter stream, probably under an hour. I mainly wanted to show a little bit of the gameplay off and talk about the future of the game, what we're working on right now, what's happening. Very excited. Now, I did play this on a stream previously, and as I played it, I realized there was a lot of balancing issues. And so, since then, I've taken a lot of feedback from the beta testers and really tightened up the gameplay to make it even faster. And you'll see that with the first level. Even though I've played the first level before, it is pretty different as far as gameplay goes. So I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to start talking about what you can expect to see console versions of the game, what we're working on next, and stuff like that. Let's see. There are so many great item descriptions. In fact, Nickaroony is one of the writers of the game that is in the chat right now. I don't know if he's still there, but Nickaroony and Nicholas Crack and Ryan Mateka are the writers of the game, and I don't know what I'd do without.
Welcome to the Iron Cook Speedway. My name is Chuck Bannister, and joining me from Super Canada is my co-host, Greta Glass. Greta, what a monumental event today will be.
That's right, Chuck. The Iron Cook Food Truck Challenge. 13 trucks enter, but only one wins.
Contestants will race around the track, stopping to serve food to judges after each lap.
They must also survive the combat tunnel, where weapons are hot and armor plates are not.
I don't know about you, Greta, but my money is on Max Wieners. Literally.
Wait, what?
Chefs, start your grills!
So for this run of the game, I'm probably just going to mute my mic so you can hear all the entertaining commentary and stuff. And then I'll be chatting it up after this level playthrough. One thing I wanted to say is it was really cool putting the old music into this game. It's cool to get kind of like a nostalgia. I don't know. Like, there's something about hitting the nostalgia buttons. For a game that's actually, it's almost 8 years old now. But yeah, let's get going.
Ready. Red light, red light, green light.
Holy cow! I can't believe we're at the Iron Cook Speedway!
Don't say that. This is just an easy old run-of-the-mill territory. Just with an extra 100,000 people or so.
We are nearing the next stop. Order up.
Let's go.
Food truck incoming. Hang on.
Greta, did you see that?
Next stop approaching. Taking care of it, Chef.
We got this, Chef.
That was an oddly perfect stop for the Cook Serve Delicious team.
Incoming food truck.
Ugh, that was tough to watch.
Next stop approaching.
I forgot. This was a no medal run. Oh, well. 1 medal.
Greta, remind me to bet on Cook Serve Delicious next year. Wow.
Woo! Not a bad way to start the stream. Thank y'all for coming in, all y'all new people. Yeah, controller, I usually play with a controller, actually. It's just easier to stream with the keyboard and mouse. But yeah, there's 30 levels in the Iron Cook Speedway. You got the cheese cup, you got the coffee cup, measuring cup, saffron cup, sippy cup, medium cup with ice, fruit cup, butter cup, and then the champion cup, which I'm not going to show because I have a little dev cheat going on over there that just lets you see it. But yeah, I'm going to start up another one. I'm going to talk a little bit about our plans now. Let me get some cheese goodness on the menu first. Athletic cup. Oh man, that would have actually that would have been kind of gross. I don't know if I would have done that. That's pretty good though. We had a discussion about whether mushroom cup was copyrighted or not. So I guess we'll see. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. So this is the last major update you're gonna have for the game.
Wait, go!
How's everyone doing? We all good?
I'm actually kind of hungry. Chef, can you make me something?
What?
I kid.
You're hilarious.
I know.
And I wanted to make sure that it was because of the early access portion of the game. It let me really take a lot of time to make all the levels and just take my time with it. And I think because of that, I was able to put way more effort into the finale than I would have otherwise been able to. Because with game development, pardon the pun, but you run out of gas by the end. And I think had I would have made all the levels in a short period of time and not released to early access, I don't think it would have been nearly as good as it turned out. And I feel like I'm always going to do early access from now on. I did the wrong thing. I just love early access.
Cooking and serving.
So, some early access stuff that y'all need to know about. So this is version 9.95. We're going to have version 1.0 out probably next month or the month after. Let me get this one. And so version 1.0 is not going to have a whole lot of new stuff. It'll have some new trinkets and some new quality of life features. It will not have any new levels or anything. These are the last set of levels that we're going to make for the game. So as far as like new foods or levels go, well, my no medal run starts now. But as far as new levels and stuff go, I do understand people wanting content for the game, and it could always change. But the game has about 387 levels precisely, I think. And
Quite frankly, that's about what I expected from Cook Serve Delicious.
that's harsh. And boy, it is hard to talk and play this.
That's gonna trip them off.
But I'm doing it. So version 1.0 will have some new trinkets, it'll have some new features, but overall, this is pretty much the final game. And in fact, this is the version of the game we're going to be sending to get certified on consoles with a 1.0 day one update that will put the console version on par with the PC version. And I should tell you that we are going to be raising the price of the game from $15 to $20 when it is out for version 1.0. So if you're waiting for version 1.0, I would recommend buying it now and then just waiting to play it until version 1.0 comes out if that's what you want to do. But like I said, version 1.0 is not going to add a whole lot of stuff. But yeah, if you'll want to save a couple bucks, I would buy it now. I don't believe we're planning any more discounts on the game until version 1.0. Whoop. In 1 second. Run these through. Woo! Alright. Another food truck attack. I don't even remember.
Food truck incoming. Hang on.
So the really fun part about making these levels is that I was able to break all the rules. That included multiple food truck
What an
attacks
explosive way to cook!
in every level. That includes pulling all these orders immediately out. It also includes limiting the amount of orders you get per stop. So if you look at... Oh, did I mess this up? So you can see there's only 34 orders coming in. If I was to use the game's logic that I've been using for the entire game, you'd actually probably have about 80 orders you have to make right now. But I wanted to make this a super fast feeling... I wanted each stop to be like super quick, and you're in and out, and it's super intense. And the first stream that I did of this, I think there was double the amount of orders, and it just felt way too slow. So I'm really excited about the update because it really flexes a lot of the rules that were in place. And you have to change it up, especially for after 350 something levels. You gotta change it up. But what I was talking about earlier about getting extra levels into the game and extra foods, the game already has over 100 hours of content. It feels weird to me to put in so much effort to give you an extra 5 hours of content and downloadable content. And instead use that time to make a new game. Or, you know. So that's kind of where my head is at. There are business reasons to make new content for sure. I really just don't know. I really want to move on. I have some new projects in the works.
Woo! Nelly!
And I don't think anybody's going to complain with the amount of content we managed to pack in here. But I don't know. Still thinking about it. But that's where my head's at. As far as consoles go, that's our next thing that we're doing right now. Aside from 1.0. Let me see here. Sorry if I'm not reading the chat. It's really hard to talk and do the game and chat. I am trying. I must get good, as the kids say.
Ready? We're nearly there.
Hey, Podgy, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Nice to see you. Thank y'all for the following. Thank y'all for coming by. It's a very exciting day today, launching the final update of the game. It's not the final update, but the final major update. I'm both sad and elated. And I'm excited to see what people think of the ending. With Whisk and Cleaver being melted down like the Terminator. And giving a thumbs up as they're put into the lava. You know, it was a bold choice, but, you know, that's what I wanted to do. It just sounded right. Imagine if I did do that, though. How hilarious that would be. I didn't do that, I promise. Yeah, you know what? Mouse is pretty good. I built this game for the mouse. Or at least, I built more of the game for the mouse, unlike the last game. I took a lot of steps to ensure that mouse players would have a good time. Drawing tablet would be pretty interesting. I'd like to see that. You know what? We'll talk about consoles after I finish. I gotta focus on this no metal run. I promise we'll get to it. It was fun getting the judges all dressed up for this event. As you can tell, everybody's in their fancy judge attire. I mentioned before, too, in a previous stream, how we started making the game and I still didn't have an ending for it. And the ending didn't come until late in development. And I realized, oh, you know what? Let's have them race around it. Oh. It's alright. I didn't want to medal anyway. No medal run, let's go.
Taking care of it, Chef.
Gosh, I miss poutine. I only had poutine when I was in Canada. And it was the most delicious thing ever. I just miss it. There's just no way to get that kind of stuff in Texas. I'm glad I ate before this stream. Didn't do that last time. Silver medal, not bad.
A fumble from Cook Serve Delicious, but hopefully not a turnover.
So, have you considered CSD for mobile? So, CSD for mobile is in an interesting place right now. We have a version for mobile that's 5 years old. It hasn't gotten any updates except to update it to run on the newest OS. And it is showing its age, like it doesn't support any of the new iPhone XS screens or the new iPad resolution screens. Like it's old. Still totally functional, still works, but the Android version also is about 2 years away from being delisted, because at that point Android's going to move toward a 64-bit architecture, and so we'll need to update the game again. And at that point, the game can't be updated because it runs on really old software, the original Game Maker Studio, and we would just have to remake the game. So I'm very aware that the mobile versions of Cook Serve Delicious are on like a limited lifespan. And we did look into porting Cook Serve Delicious 3, and it just didn't work because there's so many buttons on the screen. Like if you were to look and think about it in terms of like a phone, you would have to click on, I think there's 14 prep stations on the side and 8 holding stations on top. Mobile's very finicky now when you click on the top, because when you click on the top of a phone, you can now bring up like a contextual menu or the notification center. And so clicking on the edges of screens, not particularly great anymore. There's a lot of standards that mobile phones have now that you really can't get away with Cook Serve Delicious 3 just porting it over. So yeah, we tried porting Cook Serve Delicious 3. It didn't really work well. It didn't look great because, again, it's a widescreen game, and I do want Cook Serve Delicious to be back on mobile. I don't think it'll be in the form of a port. I don't really know. My answer is I don't really know. But we are looking into it. We haven't forgotten about mobile. Mobile is fun times. So I guess all I can really say is we'll see. Definitely not a no, but we'll see. Chocolate lobster poutine a real life thing? Is it? I thought it was. I don't actually know, but a lot of people have screamed at me for including it. So I think that's a good thing. I don't know. People were really mad. That's not poutine. Well, you know what? That's how it is in my game. Oh, sorry for the repeat of questions. How about doing the trials of original Cook Serve Delicious for CSD3? So, Zopi, do you mean like the Iron Chef or the Iron Cook challenges? Let me know. Glad that if you do the drawing tablet, you don't have to drag and drop the ingredients in the right spots. Gotta have that squeaky cheese. Oh yeah, the squeaky cheese. That's how you know it's good. Where did you have poutine in Canada? I had it in Montreal. I don't remember the place exactly, but it was very good. I had it with Alexandra. She's a streamer on Twitch, and I asked her to take me to the best poutine place around, and that's where she took me. It was delicious. There's a good place in Austin that had poutine. Well, I gotta go to Austin, because that just sounds too good. Except maybe not in the midst of a pandemic, but once it's over. I'm more skeptical that if Jersey pizza with the pineapple, pesto, and anchovy is a thing, You know, I haven't tried it with pineapple and pesto, or anchovies, honestly. I have pesto pizza. I love pesto pizza. It's really good. Those ninja challenges of making all variants, like making all nachos and pasta. Oh, I see. That would be pretty cool, and that's kind of where I was leaning when I was thinking about what a conclusion looks like in this game. But ultimately we did the Speedway, and I think that was the right decision, because going back into a studio and not being in a food truck and having a different play style didn't seem right to me. Yeah, but definitely something. Hey, Jamoni, hey, how you doing? Thanks for following. Appreciate it. But yeah, I always kind of want to make a unique experience with each game. For sure. Montreal is the place to go for poutine. Good choices. Heck yeah. It was delish. Love this game so much, it always inspires me to try new recipes. That's awesome. I'm glad you like cooking. That's really cool. I've kind of gotten into cooking too. Not as much as most people, but certainly it's Constable Wiggum. Thank you very much for the follow. Yes, the consoles. I need to talk about consoles. So the console version of Cook Serve Delicious 2, I believe we released the PlayStation version for North America in December. Then we released the European version for Sony for PlayStation in February. And then we released the Switch and Xbox versions pretty much at the same time in April. I believe that's how it was. And I don't want to do that again, for sure. We learned a lot. As far as performance goes, Switch, hands down, is the highest seller. Certainly all three consoles are getting equal focus, for sure. But as far as submitting it for cert, submitting it to get accepted onto each platform, we're going to try and do that all at the same time. My goal is to release all three versions within 1 week of each other. Contractually, we have to do that with one version of the game. Oh, hey, I'm glad you bought it on mobile. It's still a good game. I hope you enjoy it. I'm more into delicious than cooking or serving. Heck yeah, me too. Never tried poutine, but the chocolate poutine seems like such an America, and look at this food atrocities that tries to get viral. Oh, I never thought of it that way. That wasn't my intention, but that is pretty funny. But my intention is to get all three versions out around the same time. That is going to be difficult to do. That I know. We do have a date in mind. It's very soon. Still technically end of summer. I'm going to be working on the Xbox version today, actually. And then the Switch version on the weekend, and the PlayStation version. If I had to guess, the version that might get delayed is the PlayStation version, only because there's a lot more hoops we have to go through. But as far as delays go, you're not going to see like a 4 or 5 month delay for each version. At the most, I would imagine the releases would be separated by a month. Like, there's no way, I don't see any way we would push a version from this year unless something catastrophic happened or something. But the really nice thing is we're working on the framework of Cook Serve Delicious 2. So it was really satisfying last night, filling all the Nintendo details that they need just by copying and pasting the Cook Serve Delicious 2 details, because it's running the same code. So that really, really, really speeds things up, because when I did the Cook Serve Delicious 2 ports, I didn't know what anything meant. I had to look up so much documentation. It was a mess, but now it's super easy. And those versions, console versions, will be $20 as well. And we will have I should mention we should have a launch discount, probably 10%, so that's going to be about $18 or so. And we'll try and put Cook Serve Delicious 2 for sale on the platforms that support it. Certain platforms don't allow us to discount our own games right now, but hopefully that will change soon. It's kind of a mess with the new consoles coming out. You know, everything's kind of getting behind the scenes changed and ready to go. So, and honestly, as far as if Cook Serve Delicious 3 will run on PS5 or Series X, I am almost certain it will. I don't think we have to do anything on our end to make that happen. But certainly if we do, we'll do it right away, or as quickly as we can, to make sure that they are playable on those systems. But yeah, I don't think there's anything on our end that we have to do. We'll see. Gosh, if y'all have any questions, let me know. I'm trying to run down. So the new projects, I just started some new technical documentation today. That was really satisfying. I'm hoping that it's a quick turnaround on our next game. I'm hoping, actually, honestly, we will definitely reveal something next year about our new game. So technically we have 3 games in the works. One game kind of got offset by some development issues, so I'm having to shelve that for a minute. One game is a tiny, small puzzle game that I kind of want to make on my spare time. And then another game is our next major game that I did the technical docs for today, that all of us are going to start working on very soon. And I'm really excited. Just really excited to work on something new. And it will be very new. Cooks Are Delicious 3 ran on Cooks Are Delicious 2's code base. And I am starting with a fresh slate. I'm working with a programmer, Daryl Davis. He's going to be the lead programmer. So I'm just going to be focusing on game design, which is so exciting because usually I'm the one coding. So Cooks Are Delicious 2, I think I coded 95% of that game. Cooks Are Delicious 3, I coded about 50%. Like all of these menus you see, I did not code. That was Daryl. All of these menus, all of these pop-ups, all of these designs, everything was Daryl and Pierre, who did the UI design also. And it was so satisfying to only program half a game because I did all the in-game stuff, which was still pretty left over from Cooks Are Delicious 2. But gosh, I love game design way more than I love coding, for sure. And the idea of our next game where I can just focus on the game design sounds like a dream. So I'm very excited. Very, very, very excited. We're going to keep pretty much all the same team that's worked on the 3rd game. We'll work on the next game. Very exciting stuff. Obviously, you should update CSD 3 with high resolution foods for next gen technology. You know, I would love to do like a trolley video where I would add like more grease droplets and like more bubbles in the soup pot and be like, look at the next gen graphics. But I'm too lazy. You've probably been asked this before, but what games stand out to you from a design perspective? What do you like to play? Oh, that's a great question. I've really gotten into games like Slay the Spire. I've never really played card-based games like that before, and holy cow, what a game that is. I love it. And like a card-based game like that would be fun to make. I don't know where I would start. But those are really fun. I've gotten really into Dead by Daylight lately. That's more of a social game where I can just play with friends, because playing it on your own, it's fun too, but it's a different kind of fun that I don't enjoy as much. But I'm super into Dead by Daylight right now. Gosh, what else? I've been playing a lot of I played a lot of Animal Crossing. That was pretty nice. I'm getting into the chill type of games. Those are fun. And I think Slay the Spire is like a mastercraft of game design. Like, they couldn't have nailed that game better. Like, it's just so good. So good. If you had to escalate Cooks Are Delicious for a 4th installment, how would you approach the utter ridiculousness that Cooks Are Delicious 3 already had in its world building? I have a very good idea on how to do that. And that's all I'm going to say. Slay the Spire is great. I have loads of arrows in it. I've got loads of arrows in it. Slay the Spire is really great. My next game isn't Cooks Are Delicious 4, by the way. But I've always said I'm not opposed to making another Cooks Are Delicious game. I am opposed to making a Cooks Are Delicious 4. I just don't want to. So if I did a new Cooks Are Delicious, it would be something pretty different than anything I've done. So yeah. In any game, have you hid obscure Easter eggs? Very few or none have found. Ooh. You know, it's kind of weird. A lot of people don't reach the end of these kinds of long-form games. So you could say I've hidden this amazing, elaborate Speedway update at the end of a game that a lot of people won't play. But, gosh, I haven't really... No, I guess not. There are some Easter eggs that are Easter eggs in the way that... So I have some trinkets that I actually can't show you the trinkets because there's some spoiler-y trinkets in my customized truck thing. But it has some of the dev team and stuff, which is really fun. Just those kinds of things. But no, we do a lot of callbacks and stuff. Those are fun. Like, so if you're really into the lore, you'll see things that get referred to, and I like payoffs like that. So you can kind of see that those are Easter eggs, I guess. Slay the Spire is unreal. I've logged so much time in that game. I know, right? It is amazing. I need to play some more of that. I haven't tried the new character yet. By the way, I hope it's okay that I'm not playing the game. I played 2 levels, and y'all I don't want to play too much more, and it's actually easier to talk to y'all about all these plans and stuff. I want to hear your plans of escalation for CSD 4. So my jokey thing that I'm not going to do, I want to make this clear. But if I was to make a Cookbook Delicious 4, the world would be all water. It'd be like Water World, and you're on a cruise ship. Like, the whole world takes place on a bunch of cruise ships because there's no land anymore. And you're running a restaurant in the cruise ship and having to grow your own food. And basically, yeah, you're growing your own foods, you're making them, and just surviving on this cruise ship, which is the last bit of humanity left in the world. That's not going to happen, but that's what I would do if I was making a Cookbook Delicious 4. Chill games to counteract the hectic nature of CSD. Oh, I know it. It's funny because a lot of people find CSD to be chill in a weird way. Like, the stress of the game takes over the stress of people's lives. So I always found that super interesting. I don't know. I get a kick out of that. How many levels are we at, by the way? 387. Part of me kind of wants to add 13 more levels, but I don't. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, you can very clearly tell I didn't have an end goal in mind. Would you ever make a port or make a game for VR? So once VR came out, when VR first came out, it was amazing. And I'm like, holy cow, this is the future. And unfortunately, I don't think VR really delivered on the promises that it had at the beginning, because it's really hard to make a game when you're set with the confines of only having your hands and the room that you're in. Like, with my 2D games, I can go anywhere, I can set it anywhere I want, I can do anything, the sky's the limit. With VR, it's what can I do with my hands without moving too much? And you can really only design so many games. There's like 30 cooking games for VR, and I can't even think of a concept that would be any different than those. I'm not saying that's not possible, but it's so unappealing to me to try and, I don't know. It would be so hard to make something new in VR, which is a shame because I actually have 3 VR headsets. I have a Vive, an Oculus Quest, and a PSVR. And I just haven't used any of them in forever. Mainly because I haven't really had time, but I don't know. Roast beef merch win. Ooh. I would like that. Merch is hard though. Like, we did the merch for the plushies. It was very expensive and we didn't really sell that many because it is an expensive plush. But we have been giving them away and we've had good success using them as marketing tools. But I don't know. Will there be a CSD cookbook? I kind of would like that. but I don't really know the first thing about cooking, so somebody would have to make that for us. And I'd slap the name on it. I'll have to contact Chrissy T. I'm sure she would do it. CSD 3 had amazing Nessie music. It's fine if you don't want to play for it. Jonathan Gear did a great job. This is the most amazing soundtrack he's ever done for any game. And I mean it when I say I will be very upset if he doesn't win some kind of award from some company at the end of the year. Like, this music is just so good. It's so good. Have you ever played Obra Did? I have. I didn't get too far. I got about halfway through. That's another game that stands out to me as being uniquely well designed. It is a super well designed game. I think I was just not good enough to solve a lot of the game mechanics, and so that's why I kind of petered out a little bit. But gosh, it is an amazing follow-up to Papers, Please, I think. Just a gorgeous, beautiful game. Definitely check it out if you haven't checked it out. Lucas Pope makes wonderful games. He does. He's an amazing guy. I like him a lot. Oh, it's my stress relief for sure. That's cool. Program Alice. I'm glad you like it. Meditative. Yeah, that is so wild to me. I would have never thought this game was meditative, but gosh, that's just kind of how this goes, right? Like, if I was to make a meditative cooking game, it would not look like this. It would be a slow-paced, dull game, like Cooking Mama or something. So that's why I don't like setting directions like that, where I'm like, I'm gonna make a game that makes you feel this way, because you can't. It just kind of happens. CSD is very zen-like. You can get into a great zone of patterns. That's so cool. Would you ever want to bring online leaderboards and challenge levels back into the game? I'm gonna be totally honest, because I love being honest with y'all. I hope y'all enjoy me being blunt about things. Gosh, if it weren't for the console versions, I would do that. But setting up leaderboards for PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo is on another layer of difficulty that I'm not really up for the challenge to do. I do have a programmer that I'm sure would be able to do it, but it adds another layer of complexity, because first we have to go through cert for that too. It's very easy for me to be like, no, we don't have any online features. But once we add like online leaderboards, then we're on another level of, oh, you're using our network, you're using PlayStation Network, you're using Xbox Live. Okay, well, do you need a subscription? What if the player doesn't have a subscription? What if the player is playing your game and in the middle of the game their subscription lapse? Are you ready to take care of that? What if, and it's just this whole nother layer of difficulty. And obviously I could have leaderboards only for Steam and none for console, but that feels wrong to me. And wouldn't be worth the effort, I don't think, to just do it for one platform. And I'm not saying never. I think our next game, that might make more sense, and we would have more time to implement that across all consoles. I will also say that we are trying to get ahead of the PS5 and Series X launches. So that's why we're trying to rapidly get the game, I wouldn't say rapidly get out the door, because it is finished. We didn't rush the game at all. But I can't afford to really put in major online features like that. It doesn't seem like it's a major online feature, online leaderboards, but you'd be surprised that once you open the door to online stuff like that, how difficult it gets. I'm going to stop talking for this 1 minute.
Taking a ride downtown, taking a trip through the rubble, taking a look around. All I see is trouble. Making my way back home, making my way to cover. It's dangerous to go alone, so you better find another. The sky is scraping the ground, and we don't roll our windows down, 'cause things just ain't the same anymore.
It feels wrong to talk over this song. CSD1 will always have a special place in my heart. Oh yeah, you know, CSD1 is so different. And that's what's kind of exciting. It shows that if I really wanted to make a new Cooks Are Delicious game, I don't have to make Cooks Are Delicious 4. It can just be a new experience. A factory manager on a spaceship to control AI robots to cook multiple dishes and orders. So there is a Cooks Are Delicious inspired game coming out, Poggle, called Cosmo's Quick Stop. It's a 3D game where you're in a gas station in space, and the gameplay is directly inspired by Cooks Are Delicious. Check it out. I don't know if it's out yet, but somebody is doing something in space. All hail the chili board overlords. I didn't know about the CSD plushes. I'll check it out. Yeah, it's a Sunday plush. You can get it at indiebox.com. It's a lot like Tetris at higher speeds, where it's tough. Oh, you know, I never thought of it that way. I can see that, sure. Also, I finally get to make this joke to the developer of the game. CSD 3 is a cooking version of Death Stranding. It's a Strand game. You're totally right. It's dangerous to go alone in such a good track. It really is. Definitely one of people's favorite tracks, for sure. We're going to use it in the official trailer, I believe. Who does the vocals for this? It's actually Jonathan Gear. He does all the vocals in the entire game. I don't know how he does it. He's amazing. And I can't say enough good things about him. Oh, yes, Jamoni's right. I like how all three games in the series are differently yet similar. I agree. The third game is probably the most similar to the second game, of course, but yeah, I really think if Cooks Are Delicious 3 was just Cooks Are Delicious 2 and the same mechanics were happening, just a different change of background, it would not have done well. At the same time, if I was to make a Cooks Are Delicious 4 and call it Cooks Are Delicious 4, I can tell you right now it would not sell very well. You just kind of reach franchise fatigue. That's not to say if I was to make another kind of Cooks Are Delicious game, it wouldn't sell. Specifically, if I made something called Cooks Are Delicious 4, it would sell probably half as much. And that's where you kind of get to the point where if I was a Sony and I had millions of dollars, I could make Uncharted 4 and convince people, yeah, this is the fourth game, but it's new. And you can pump in a ton of money and you have next-gen graphics and all this stuff. But with indie games, it's a lot harder. I don't have that luxury. Hey, Nodded, how you doing? That's right, Kojima. I am coming for you. Death Stranding's a good game, I think. I didn't finish it. Actually, by the end, I was really upset with it, but it was pretty pleasant playing it. I read your blog about this on Yo-Yo Games. It was really interesting. Oh, thanks so much, Cecily. I appreciate that. I love writing those blog posts. I honestly can't wait to get more time back to myself once we finish up Cooks Are Delicious 3. It's also a little scary, but we'll just have to take it as it goes. Your game deserves way more attention, I'll say that much. Well, thanks, Bright Cloud. I appreciate that. Hopefully with the launch, I mean, I feel like we're hitting all our marks. I'm not sad that at the performance of the game or anything. I think we're selling great. But sure, I won't argue with that. I'd always love more money. Cooks Are Delicious, sir? That's not bad. That's not bad. I think you learned a lot from the faults of CSD 2. I'll be honest, that game was good, but didn't pull me in due to progression issues. But I really love CSD 3, and I hope full launch goes very well for you. Jamoni, thanks so much for saying that. Yeah, Cooks Are Delicious 2 is kind of like the black sheep of the series. And I can't talk over this part. Sorry.
Taking a ride downtown, taking a trip through the rubble, taking a look around. All I see is trouble. Making my way back home, making my way to cover. It's dangerous to go alone, so you better find another. Sky scraping the ground, and we don't roll our windows just ain't the same anymore in this town.
Jimoni, that's really good. But yeah, Cooks Are Delicious 2, it's clouded in my head because it was such a rough launch. And I forget sometimes that people like that game. So when itch.io did the bundle for racial equality, they were asking for game submissions, and I put in Cooks Are Delicious 2 just thinking, yeah, sure, we'll throw it in there. Didn't expect to get any. Well, obviously I wasn't going to get anything out of it because it was just charity, but I didn't think we'd get any publicity out of it. And that bundle did so much for Cooks Are Delicious 2. Like tens of thousands of people played at Cooks Are Delicious 2 because of that bundle. And it kind of got a resurgence again. And seeing people enjoy Cooks Are Delicious 2 again makes me happy because I forgot that game, you know, not the best game, but it actually crossed 90% on Steam, I think, unless it went back to 89%. But still a good game. But I totally understand people not liking it because it's very grindy. And I think this game, Cooks Are Delicious 3, does progression way better. I would be very interested in seeing if anyone likes Cooks Are Delicious 2 over 3. I don't think I've seen that yet. Or Under Assault. Oh my gosh. No more puns, please. And this cooking game is friendly with our potato computers. Oh, hey, that's great. Yeah, I always like to run these games on an old computer I have, just to make sure that it's running as good as it can be. I would play CSD 2, except it stresses me out for some reason. I'm hoping CDS 3's gameplay loop drives with me more. I think it will, SpriteClad, because we have some new features like auto serve, and we have a new chill mode that is way better at delivering a more calm experience, I guess is the word. And yeah, I hope you do enjoy it. I'm one of those that love the progression mission system of 2, but they all had their own charm. Haven't started 3, but very soon. SF Plus, yes. I'm glad you like it. I also have a soft spot for just the amount of levels in Cooks Are Delicious 2 and having that huge menu board of restaurants. I keep forgetting chill mode is the thing. It's a good note-taking game in the back of class. That's really funny. Now I'm imagining chuggings with multiple different PC models and different keyboards, typing rapidly to test each one. Nah, I just have like 2. One is like a crazy awesome computer, and the other one is my old 10-year-old computer. And if it runs decent on both, then we're good to go. The thing I didn't like about having Windows 95 tests, the thing I didn't like about it was having such specific foods on each level. Yeah, and restaurant mode feeling lackluster. Yeah, I agree with that. It's funny because I didn't do any food balancing in Cooks Are Delicious 2, and somebody took, because we have in this game, we have difficulty ratings for each food. So a 0 is the easiest and a 5 is the hardest. So some people went back and they were like, yeah, like the 3rd level of the game has level 4 and 5 foods in it. And that blew me away because I really didn't mean to do that. And it just shows how, I don't want to say unbalanced Cooks Are Delicious 2 is, but how balanced the 3rd game is at least. But yeah, whoops. I prefer random in CSD 3. That makes me work on more foods. Yeah, random's terrifying, but I'm glad you like it. Random's one of the things that people requested. I don't think I unlocked that yet. I did not. But there's an all random route. That's really fun. I'm glad CSD 2 had mouse controls. I'll say that much. I think CSD 1 had mouse controls, but it wasn't nearly as intuitive as the second one, and even as the third one, really. Cannoli is engraved in my brain due to CSD 2. Cannoli's hard. I cannot do cannoli. Some people are really good at it. Cannoli's hard. Banh mi's hard. I'm not saying that right, am I? I don't say a lot of things right. Gosh. Gyros are hard. A lot of the 4s give me the most problems, for sure. Cannolis are just a mess. Pizzas are hard. But yeah, as I look into the future, very excited. Very excited as to where I can take the game, where I can take the franchise. You know, things that inspire me are games like SteamWorld and Shovel Knight that are able to reinvent themselves but keep the same name. That's cool. I don't know if that's something we'll be doing with our next game. But, you know, I have a lot of thoughts. And it won't be too long until you hear something about our new game. It'll be next year, but I'm very excited about it. I'm ready to start drafting up emails and asking about some new voice actors and some old voice actors and just getting the gang back together and making a new game. I'm ready to make something new. Also, why did you change sausage from S to U in 3? Well, you can remap it, but yes. I have a crack team of 2 beta testers that took control of all the hotkeys in the game. And they made sure, as much as they could, that every ingredient was universal. So I think we added something like 60 or 80 new foods or something like that. And so they did have to change a few ingredients to make that happen. That's pretty much why, though. Ah, yes, bear. Shaved ice always got me in CSD too. Something in the mango. Really? What is that? Try topping? Yeah. Mango sauce. Oh, I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that. That is tough. Oh, so one of those Easter eggs. This is the crew from Cooks Are Delicious 3. These are the 2 writers, and this is the head artist, Lizzie. And this is Nick, and that's Ryan. And then this is Vanna and Megaworks, the 2 voice actors in the game. So that was a cool little treat. Also, if y'all didn't know, this was the original Cooks Are Delicious that was free on PC. It was called Or no Raiori 2. I haven't played CSD 3 much, but I did notice more consistency. God, that's great. Too bad Bears and some villain VA in CSD 3. We didn't really have a villain, but I think I have an idea as to who would be a good villain for something like that, for sure. But I do have to relearn some of the ridiculous acronyms you make in your head to cope. I had never really thought about acronym stuff like that, and it's really funny to me that people use it. I think there's a guide on Steam that has acronym examples and things you can put in your head. Hi Chubigans, friends of S1X and CSD fan. Well, hey Kat, how you doing? Still working through all the shifts on the second one, so I can start the third one. Awesome. Well, I hope it goes well. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed the third game. Thanks for support. Really appreciate it. Thanks for coming by. Or no Raiori 2. Oh man, that brings me back. Boy, does it. I'm just gonna start a level so I can talk.
Welcome to the Iron Cook Speedway. My name is Chuck.
Here, I'll skip that. My biggest shift killer was white versus wheat bread. Oh, I never... Really? Huh. I remember playing that back in 08. Golly, was it that long ago? Holy cow. He could be the chef screaming as he puts only pickles on a bun. That'd be pretty good. Sandwich is still the best. Oh, good. I'm glad you like that. I love the leaderboards in the first game and the variety in the second. Yeah, for sure. Oh, I think you're gonna like the third game. I'm very biased though. Looking forward to seeing what this title has to offer, for sure. I hope you enjoy it. We put a lot of hard work into it. I'm very excited that we got somewhere new with this game. And really looking forward to our next game. I keep saying that, but goodness. I'm just so excited. As far as streams in the future go, I'm going to try and do a programming stream for the console versions. That's a little more difficult because it has more sensitive information. and less going on screen. Cat the Bard, thank you for following. Appreciate it. But I will try. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do that. But yeah, we'll definitely do some console streams and yeah, I definitely want to keep streaming for sure. That emote is great, by the way, Cat. Oh, it's a pride emote. Ooh, I wonder if I have that emote. Gosh, unless y'all have any other questions, I think that's about it. I do have someone I'd like to raid if y'all don't mind. It is Cleaver's birthday. Havana Mahoney, voice of Cleaver. It is her birthday today. She's doing a 12-hour birthday stream. I'd love to go by and raid her and wish her all the best. She is great.
To combine it, but then you basically have.
But yeah, thank y'all for coming by. Thank y'all for the stream. Thank y'all for the stream. Well, thank y'all for coming to the stream. Let's see here. We're gonna go stream Vanna, and we're gonna say Cook raid birthday, because that is a really bad birthday raid message, and I can't think of anything worse. So I hope y'all like it. Thanks for the stream, even though I also missed it. Hey, no problem. We're going to do. I'm gonna be putting it on YouTube, and yeah. So if you missed it, don't worry. I will have the VOD on YouTube. There'll also be a VOD on Twitch. But yeah, let's go wish Vanna a happy birthday. Thank y'all so much for coming by. Hope y'all enjoyed the new update. And we'll see y'all later.
You like fill my entire cheeks with sushi and then I look wild, or like chew it in half and then a bunch of it falls like on my plate. There's just no cute way for me to enjoy sushi.